Listen closely, for this is a tale whispered by the night itself. Because this is not a story about monsters hiding in the dark. This is a story about what happens when arrogance believes itself untouchable, and fate decides to answer. The night air is heavy, laden with whispered secrets and dread. Lanterns flicker weakly, struggling against shadows that seem far too eager to grow. A world sleeps, unaware of its own darkness. It is the year 1887. On the outskirts of Kyoto stands the Yamada estate, home to a family admired by all who know their name. Respectable, distinguished, exemplary. At least, that is what they want the world to believe. Kazuo Yamada is the patriarch, a man who revels in wealth. His fine kimono does not simply signal prosperity, it declares superiority. He wears it like a crown. His eldest son, Haruki, young, sharp, and carefully molded to inherit the family's trading empire. An empire built quietly on the backs of those too weak to resist. They live for reputation, for the eyes of others, for admiration, and in their own minds, they are flawless. One humid summer night, cicadas cry as daylight fades. Kazuo sits with Haruki, sake cups between them. Remember this, son, Kazuo says. Never let them see weakness. Influence is everything. His gaze drifts toward the shantytown bordering their estate. Look at them, he mutters. Left unchecked, they become a scourge. Haruki scoffs. That beggar on the corner, he says. He looks more like a ghost than a man. He should know his place. His ice-blue eyes gleamed, untouched by decay, untroubled by consequence. Kazuo laughs. There is no honor in associating with garbage, he says. If a man cannot earn his keep, he deserves no sympathy. Their laughter melted into the night, thick, warm, and rotten. Days passed. Then one afternoon, as Haruki moved through the town, fate placed the beggar in his path once more. The man sat slumped near the road, his beard tangled like dead vines around a weathered face. When his eyes met Haruki's, something unsettling stirred. Those brown eyes held sorrow, but also depth, as though they could see beyond flesh and pretense. Please, the beggar rasped, a moment of food, a mere morsel. Haruki stopped only long enough to sneer. Get up, he said sharply. You disgrace the ground you lie on. Do you feel no shame? He shoved past the man, laughing as he did, delighting in the ease with which power could wound. Haruki, wait! The voice belonged to Aiko, his younger sister, who emerged from the crowd of market-goers. Her eyes glistened as she looked at the beggar. You shouldn't treat him like that. Haruki turned on her. Why not? It's just a wasted life. Aiko said nothing more. She only shook her head, pity lingering in her gaze, not just for the beggar, but for her brother as well. Days became months. The Yamada fortune continued to grow, yet whispers began to follow the beggar like a shadow. Stories passed quietly from mouth to mouth, carried by the wind. One evening, after concluding a particularly profitable negotiation, Haruki encountered the beggar again. The man huddled beneath a threadbare blanket, shivering. This time, something compelled Haruki to stop. A faint, unwelcome stir of conscience surfaced. As he approached, the beggar lifted his head. A strange light flickered in his eyes, and the cloud changed, and rain started dropping. You have never been courteous, yet fate turns, Haruki Yamada. You will know the fate of those like me. A chill crept down Haruki's spine. You dare threaten me? He snapped, though his voice lacked its usual certainty. To reclaim control, he drew a silver coin and tossed it carelessly. Take it, mend your ways. The beggar caught the coin with startling speed, his fingers moving like a serpent striking. Then he laughed, a hoarse, echoing sound that clung to the alley walls long after Haruki had gone. And then came the night of celebration. The Yamada dining room was adorned for a grand feast, Haruki's engagement to a woman of equal status. Laughter filled the room, cups were raised, yet beneath the revelry, unease gnawed at Haruki's chest. As he wanted to propose a toast, the wind screamed outside, shutters rattled violently, the lanterns flickered. Then the door burst open, a gust swept through the room, and with it came silence. The beggar stepped inside. Mere shadows occupy this festivity, he intoned, his voice reverberating unnaturally. Your arrogance has nurtured this moment, Haruki. Beneath this feast, a truth awaits. Kazuo rose, fury trembling in his limbs. Who dares defile my home? But Haruki could no longer look away. The beggar's form shifted before their eyes. The rags vanished, replaced by simple yet elegant kimono. His presence grew heavier, ancient, undeniable.
I am Yurei, the spirit declared, known among the forgotten. Fear seized the room. Fate is a player, Yurei continued calmly. It reveals truth or ensnares those who sow arrogance. The lavish feast began to crumble. Dishes shattered. Abundance turned to scarcity. Illusion dissolved, revealing emptiness. You must learn humility, Yurei said, for wealth without compassion is lifeless. Kazuo's rage collapsed into despair. Haruki stood frozen, stripped bare of pride. And so, beneath the ruins of their splendor, the Yamada family finally faced the truth they had spent their lives denying. For the night remembers all, and it always collects its debts.
Moments turn into days, and days into something far worse. Misfortune begins to follow the Yamada family wherever they go. Quiet at first, then relentless. The beggar is never seen again. He vanishes into the night, leaving the Yamada family alone with the consequences of their sins. One by one, they lose everything. Their wealth disappears, their status collapses. Even the bonds that once held the family together begin to fade, as if swallowed by shadows that refuse to loosen their grip. Years pass, and in the same narrow alley where arrogance once walked freely, Haruki now sits alone. The lanterns still glow above him, flickering softly, but they offer no warmth. He wears simple clothing now, his posture bent, his heart heavy with regret. Surrounded by silence, Haruki feels the ghosts of his past closing in. He looks into the darkness and whispers, "Forgive me. I was blind. Please let me undo what I have become." The wind stirs in response. It whispers back, but it does not forgive. The past lingers like a specter, unmoved by remorse. Fate has already turned, and Haruki Yamada is now only a shadow of the man he once was. The lesson learned too late. Kazuo Yamada lies in silence now, a man consumed by the greed that twisted his fate beyond recognition. But not all light is lost. Aiko remains, quiet, unnoticed. She gives what little she has to the poor, coin by coin, ensuring compassion survives where arrogance once ruled. And high above, within the night sky itself, an ancient echo whispers to those willing to listen. Character is revealed in how you treat others. Let this tale remain with you, because in the end, we all face the same choice, to embrace kindness or to be consumed